issue in Tokyo from the nuclear power plant at Fukushima Daiichi. Now, today, 4 of the 6 reactors there remain in states of danger.
A nuclear accident is one of the biggest media stories that's possible to have.
Reactor number 3, this is the one whose fuel contains a mix of plutonium.
In my first blog entry, within the first 2 or 3 days of it happening, I didn't know what the scale of the radiation release was going to be. I didn't know whether people were being injured. The fact that this was happening live on TV and that there were explosions, this was a nuclear power station blowing up. Clearly the situation was out of control.
The Chief Cabinet Secretary has asked the residents of Tokyo not to hoard bottled water.
So you had these awful images of total devastation, and it almost looked as if what had happened at Fukushima had caused that devastation. It all got muddled together.
Some people on the west coast of the United States worry that radiation could travel 5,000 miles.
I hadn't been pro-nuclear all that long before the Fukushima plant started to melt down. It's hard to watch that happening and not start to question whether or not this is an energy source that is really safe.
Radioactive isotopes will likely reach California, but experts say those levels are so low they certainly fall within safe limits. Now, a large network of radio monitors is keeping close tabs on all of this. The environmental
long-term effects, obviously, still to be determined.
I thought, I've got to keep my head. I could completely lose it here, and I could just panic.
What do you think, Mark?
I feel like a bit of an idiot, actually.
Why?
I don't know, because it's sort of, I'm wearing radiation clothing. It shouldn't be necessary. It must be absolutely awful to have your town wiped out by a tsunami and earthquake, and then you can't even come back and rebuild because the whole place is contaminated by radiation. Even if it's not massively contaminated, it's contaminated enough that it scares the shit out of you, and I think that's, nobody can look you in the eye and say you shouldn't be worried. And there's no other energy source that does this, that leaves huge areas contaminated by this strange invisible presence which is potentially deadly. Everything has its drawbacks, everything has its risks, but this is something which is unique to nuclear. I guess I can understand why people are scared of nuclear power more. It's kind of eerie. So I would say I'm having a wobble. I can see why we'd want to do without nuclear power. I really can. This parking lot is the hottest spot in the whole exclusion zone. This place got some serious fallout, I think.
So you still pro-nuclear?
Am I still pro-nuclear? Ask me in a few days when I've had a chance to get my head around it, right? Are you still pro-nuclear?